I think the vibe's really cool. Like, what do you guys think? Because people are always going to have comments. You know, you can send them the most perfect mix by like in your eyes, and there'll still be comments. Yeah,
So
crazy,
people
man.
go crazy.
Yeah, but again, like I like the sound of limiting. Like I think it sounds exciting. So many guitar recordings I get are a little bit off, or maybe the
tuning?
guitar intonation is off,
Oh, okay.
and it drives me nuts.
How do you fix that?
ก่อนจะไปดูสัมภาษณ์ของเฮนรี่วัตกินส์ครับจะบอกว่าวิดีโอนี้จะเป็นภาษาอังกฤษทั้งหมดนะครับไม่มีภาษาไทยเลยภาษาไทยจะออกมาอาทิตย์หน้านะผมจะมาวิเคราะห์วิดีโอนี้แล้วก็พูดถึงทุกประเด็นที่เราพูดกันในวิดีโอนี้เนื้อหาในคลิปนี้ดีใช้คำว่าดีมากๆได้เลยถ้าคุณสนใจทางด้าน mixing and mastering นะอันนี้เป็นวิดีโอสำหรับคุณเลยถ้าพร้อมแล้วก็ไปเข้าเนื้อหากันครับ
Henry Watkins,
Hey, man.
welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
So I would like to ask you, how did you
Yeah.
get started on the music scene in Thailand, in Bangkok?
So originally, I didn't move to Thailand like specifically because it was Thailand.
Okay.
Like a lot of young, graduates, I was finding it pretty hard to find work in the industry, especially in England. You know, there's a lot of competition and not that many places to work. If you're not in London, there's no industry. And I lived in a little village, middle of nowhere, and there wasn't any work really. And so I was kind of looking just big picture, maybe I need to look for jobs anywhere and everywhere.
Okay.
After a period of time, I got the phone call of my life. Another graduate, actually, he was already working in Thailand at a studio called Karma, and they were looking for another engineer. He remembered me from university, and he was like, "Hey, we're looking for someone that matches your, description. Would you be interested in coming out here?" And I was just focused on the working aspect, like this could be my chance to work in music. I didn't really think about where it was until I landed, and then I was like, "Oh my God, what an amazing place!"
Okay. Well, I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I'm still here. It's really got under me. Like I love Thailand and the industry as well. I spent a few years working at Karma, which was it was a little bit separated from the Thai industry. It was mostly like international clients. And then when COVID happened, the country closed.
Right.
I had the decision of, do I either go back home or do I perhaps move to Bangkok and commit to the Thai music industry? I made the decision to come to Bangkok, and it was the best decision I ever made. Music is so strongly loved out here. Everyone loves music and it's everywhere, and there's so much variety and really good people here as well. And that's why fast forward 5 years post COVID, I'm still here and still loving it every day.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear, you speak on it like on a positive way.
I definitely haven't forgotten the harder days, and I'm still grateful to call this a career in music. That's something that a lot of people don't have, so I don't forget that.
Okay.
It's I remember it every day. Yeah.
You're a mixing engineer, right?
Yeah.
How do you look at it? How do you look at it as like someone who put all the tracks together for the artist, or like?
Yeah, I think every project is a little bit different. Sometimes the artist, they know exactly what they want, and they kind of say to you, "Hey, here's our track. Don't go too far away from what we've given you." They're very attached to it. And then some people are like, "Hey, here's what we have. Do your thing and kind of take it wherever you think is appropriate." It can really be both ends of the scale. I think mixing now is actually quite creative. Sometimes people don't have access to the studio time and the equipment that they used to have, maybe. So let's take drums, for example, their reference might be this type of drum sound, but they've only got the ability to record, this type.
Yeah.
And that's totally fine. Like that's the real world. But then I have to kind of move it from there to there. Maybe,
Right.
change the sounds, maybe
characteristic.
Yeah, and I'd call that a creative kind of aspect. So I think, maybe a few years ago, mixing was, like you said, just taking the tracks and balancing them. I think nowadays it's a lot more about adding a bit more tone and a bit more character to what's there.
You have to work with the artists as well, right? Like ask them what do they really want, and then
Yeah, definitely. And that's, I think, communication before you start is almost as important as the actual mix. Just making sure everyone's on the right.
Same page.
Exactly, yeah. And even just knowing the person really well, I find that the longer I work with someone, the more I understand what they want.
Okay.
The first time I work with someone, I try to really ask them as much information as I can, because I don't want to overstep my job role and change stuff that they don't want. That's something that you just learn over time with working with someone.
Okay. Ooh, this is a spicy one.
A spicy one. Oh no, I'm going to get in trouble.
Somebody asked if you have only 5 plugins left in the world, what would it be? Only 5 plugins.
5 plugins.
The important one.
That's a horrible question.
I think it's spicy one.
Oh man, yeah, okay. I think FabFilter Q3.
Okay.
For me, it's just like a go-to EQ for any kind of like subtracting or like fixing stuff. SSL channel strip.
Okay.
I love the compressor, the EQ, just general color. It's just super easy to use and you can't really mess it up. I've only got 3 left.
You got 3 left now.
All right, I'm going to cheat a little bit.
Okay.
CLA Epic. It's like a reverb and delay all in one.
Okay.
And there's like a room, a plate, a hall, and like a ambience. Between those options and the delays, I can kind of add dimension to most instruments.
Okay.
Oh no, I've only got 2 left.
You got 2.
Let's go with Phoenix 2, which is like a tape, a kind of like tape plugin, and it's got like some different parameters, like different tape machine emulations,
Right.
and a nice color box.
Okay.
And then last one, oh no, I'm gonna say Melodyne.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Right. Essential.
Because sometimes if there's one note that's just a little bit off, it can ruin the song for me. And if I can just tune that note just a little bit, that's worth the final plug in space.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
It's actually come to my next question
Yeah.
about Melodyne.
Yeah.
Because myself, I tried Melodyne stuff.
Yeah.
And then I get into much of the detail, the pitch and the vibration, everything was correct.
Yeah.
But when I play it with a song, it sounds robotic.
Ah,
you know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah.
How do you deal with stuff like that? Technically, it's right, but when you listen to it, it doesn't feel right.
Gotcha. Out of interest, when you're doing that editing, do you have the vocal in solo?
Yes.
Because I totally get it. When it's in solo, you're like, it sounds perfect. It sounds correct. But I feel like when I Melodyne, I try to do it with everything playing. Because then if it sounds good, but it's not, perfect, it's fine. Like if it sounds good, it is good. And I'm guilty of doing it too. Like I kind of forget about context.
Right.
And so if I'm doing any kind of like tuning, editing, I'll try to hear it in context with all the music. Because, what if the guitars are a bit off? What if the bass guitar's a little bit off? If the vocal doesn't match that, even if it's perfect, it's not going to feel great,
Yeah.
So I wish it always worked in solo because it's a lot easier to edit that way. But yeah, I feel like hearing it back in context really helps a lot.
That's a new way of looking at it. I have to go back to my track.
Yeah. Because like I feel like so many guitar recordings I get are a little bit off, or maybe the
tuning?
guitar intonation is off,
Oh, okay.
and it drives me nuts.
How do you fix that?
You can't really. I mean, like, I wish I could just say to them, hey, can you record it again? But normally that's not an option. You just have to deal with it. or maybe there's a frequency that you can cut that may be a resonant note that's like not in the key or is a little bit off. Maybe you can subtract
Pull it
that
down.
to help. The best answer would just be to record it again, but the world's not perfect.
Okay,
Yeah.
Getcha. Man, that is some nice question and answer and question.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
Oh, here's another spicy one.
I love a spicy one.
How do you improve in mixing? Because I look at it as mixing is more like it's a taste of the person,
Yeah.
right? Let's say the amateur mixing engineer wants to be better. How do you
Yeah.
improve?
I mean, I want to know the answer to that too. I feel like I'm still improving and trying to learn as much as I can. I think a lot of it is just practice and doing it again and again and again and again. For me, ear training is like really useful. Being able to like hear a frequency and know what it is. Hearing like something that you don't like and being able to say, oh, that's 500 hertz. And being able to like identify what you're looking for. But I think, like you said, a lot of it is just taste. Listening to what other people are doing, what's trending, what are people really enjoying, how do you relate to those tracks, what parts of that do you like? Kind of connected to that, I think referencing is really useful. When I'm mixing, I'm always A-Bing. It might not be always for the entire track. It might just be for a specific like element.
Okay.
Referencing a lot and just doing it as much as you can. Just there's nothing better than just experience. Trying 100 times, just refining the process. Maybe you'll find a template that really works for you, or like a system that really works for your taste in music. And that comes from experience.
Okay.
I'm always trying to learn. I'm subscribed to the Mix of the Masters and loads of YouTube guys,
Okay.
and I try to read Sound on Sound.
Oh, yes.
I'm always trying to like just even if I can't use it in my mixes, I'm just interested to know what other people are doing. Are there any techniques that maybe I can remember for next time or anything like that, especially working in the box. There's not really anything you can't do now. You can do any crazy routing or anything you want, and
In here.
there's any plugin in the world you can get it. So I'm always interested to know what other people are doing, and if it's better than me, how can I take it? It's a competitive industry. I don't want to be left behind.
Oh, okay. This is not a spicy one, but it's a hard one.
That's even worse.
Do you have a time limit per day for like mixing?
You know what? That's a great question.
Ah.
Yeah. I really try to limit myself with time. Not because like I'm trying to rush anything, but because if I give myself like a personal deadline, I'm less likely to procrastinate or to mess about and waste time. If I say to myself, hey, it's 9 o'clock in the morning and you've got to have a mix one done by 7 or 6 in the evening, go. I'm way more likely to actually get it done. If I don't have a deadline, I'll just chill, and I feel like I do my best work when I'm not overthinking. I kind of trust my kind of gut feeling a lot. Yeah. And so I'm like, cool, this feels good, move on. Or like, hey, that EQ sounds nice, move on. It's something that I've kind of only realized like recently, is that it doesn't have to be perfect on mix one. A lot of the time, I just want mix one to have a great vibe.
Okay.
And then when I'm happy with it, I'll send it off and be like, hey, I think the vibe's really cool. Like, what do you guys think? Because people are always going to have comments. You can send them the most perfect mix in your eyes, and there'll still be comments. I just want to get a really good mix that ticks the vibe box. Also, I want to be fresh for the next day. Mixing can be quite tiring. You're spending 10 hours a day focusing on frequency. That's a horrible job. And so, I think it's really important to look after yourself. I really care about everything I do and I give it 100%. But, I also want to give you 100% tomorrow. That's another benefit to giving yourself a timeline, because tomorrow's a new day, and if the mix isn't done at 6 o'clock, no big deal. Finish it tomorrow morning, and you'll have fresher ears and you'll probably be better for it. Yeah.
That answer was inspiring. I'm not gonna lie. This
Love
is a
that,
great
man.
answer.
Thank you, dude. But it's true because, like, I'm 30 now, and I've done those stupid hours where you do like 15 hours, and at the end of the day you can't hear anything, and then the worst thing you can do is send the mix, and then you come back the next morning and you're like, what have I done?
Yeah.
It's, it's
We all
too
been
hot.
there.
Yeah, it's too
all been
bright. My ears were tired, so everything's really bright and shiny. And if I'd have just said to myself, hey, your ears are tired, just take a break, I could have fixed it in half an hour the next day. And I think saying no is actually really hard, and saying enough is quite difficult to do. And that's something that it took me years to finally kind of come to that realization. Yeah, it's okay to not work 15 hours a day. You're not lazy, or you're not working not as hard as someone else. You're just, bigger picture.
Right.
Yeah.
It's more about like decision.
Yeah.
Right? Making the right decision.
Yeah, definitely. Without getting too detailed, I also think that what you do before the mix is like really important. I try to not set up my mix on the same day that I actually do the mix. I want to have all the boring stuff like importing files, importing into the template, color coding, basic editing. I want that all done, the day before, so that when I start mixing, it's purely creative musical stuff. All that mixing admin, it's really tiring, and it kind of kills the mood. It probably makes the actual mix way longer because you're not performing at your best. So I really believe in that process as well. Yeah.
Okay. Talking about the template.
Yeah.
What's your template? Can you share with us what's your
I'd love to, yeah. My template is purely for efficiency and familiarity. Everything is always the same color, the same location, the same labeling.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what style or genre or anything, because the template, doesn't really have any like color or tone.
Okay.
If I press play, it sounds the same as no template.
Oh, okay.
It's just purely everything is set up and located always in the same place. So
Okay.
my drums always in red, bass is yellow, guitars are green,
Okay.
always in the same location. It just means that I can go through the session really quickly, know where everything is, and not have to like think twice, if that makes sense.
Yes.
There's always a couple of plugins that I'll always kind of go to. In terms of the template, a lot of it is just purely for efficiency, because I think, similar to the last point, I don't want to have to be overthinking anything or
Looking for stuff.
because like how boring is making an aux send? It kills the momentum, I want to add a really cool effect to something. Wait, let me just add a aux send, and let me just add the name and send the routing, and then the moment's gone. I've got empty auxes ready for every track, and then I can just throw the plugin on and it's already like routed and good to go. I think that's really like beneficial to me.
Efficiency.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely.
Nice.
There's definitely plugins and
Yeah.
techniques that I use on a lot of tracks, regardless of genre.
Okay.
And I'm lucky enough to do a lot of genres, like pop
Variety
to
of
rock to
genre.
everything in between. Things like, an SSL channel strip.
Okay.
It's just so universal. You can't really mess it up. It just works on everything. And for me, being able to reach for an EQ and know exactly what I'm going to get is so useful.
Right.
And that's also why I've got this stupid little
Okay. The
controller. Yeah. So I
Right.
can just-
There's our style.
yeah, it's a complete copy of the layout.
They're gonna see it.
Because I use a lot of this guy, so then you can see.
Yes. I
It's
have
the
one
exact.
too.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. And so it's the exact same layout, but it's just a bit of fun just to reach for a.
Knob.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes with a mouse, I'm almost kind of looking at the screen too much and not like listening to what I'm actually doing. I find like
yes,
with this, if I'm like doing a filter, I'm probably gonna push it more because I'm not like looking at what it's doing.
So you would recommend getting something like this to play around with?
If you feel like, you know, maybe you're not pushing things as far as you could, or maybe you're just looking for a change of workflow. I wouldn't lie, I don't use it every time. But if I'm looking for something different, or maybe I'm not feeling happy with the results, you know, I'll just reach for a controller and, you know, and edit the workflow a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Somebody asked about outboard gear.
Yeah.
Do you have any, or do you have any go-to one, your favorite one?
Yeah. You know, the gear in here has changed a lot over the years. I've pretty much tried everything. I've had hybrid mix setups with summing mixers and mix bus processors and line amps and everything. And they're all really cool. I used them because I thought they were really great. But right now, for me, in this moment, I love mixing in the box with very minimal gear. I've got an Avalon 737, which maybe I'll print vocals with. Occasionally, I might do some vocals in here. And it's great to have like a really good preamp.
Yeah.
I've also got a Yamaha SPX 990, really old.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, really old, kind of ugly sounding like effects unit. And that's got some really nice kind of like crunchy reverbs, which are great for drums. The API is really cool. I don't think a lot of people have seen this model. It's a mic pre, a line amp, and a clock, all in one. And the line amps are great. Sometimes I actually print the mix through the API, and I'll like, you know, add a little bit of crunch, and then turn the output back. And for rock stuff, that can be really cool.
Oh, yes.
You know, not always, but it's cool to have the option. I'm really happy in the box, but, you know, sometimes it's fun just to have a play. You know, sometimes it's as simple as that. It's just, let's have some fun. Yeah.
Nice.
Definitely, man. But if we're talking like favorite gear, oh, man, it could be anything and everything.
These are hard questions.
Yeah,
man.
these are hard questions, man. There's a model of the 1176 that I love. It's the silver face. I think it's a Rev H.
Okay.
I love that one. They're quite hard to find. That on vocals is amazing. I love that one. Any kind of Pultec EQ as well. Again, really hard to find, but the things that they do to low end, you know, it's magic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can beat it.
Definitely, man.
Can beat it.
Love that.
Let me get the best question, man.
Who do you hate? Who's your enemy?
Who do you hate in the industry?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Never gonna work with them again.
Oh, we know a lot of questions, actually.
Yeah, we're doing good. Yeah. Good questions, too.
Thanks, man. I did some research. And then my audience helped me a lot.
Shout out to the audience.
Shout out to the audience for sure. Okay.
Hit me.
How much do you care about LUFS? Like, what do you think of it right now? That's a spicy one.
Yeah, I feel like people get really passionate about this.
Okay.
For me, like I reference it, but I don't focus too much on it. I do like loud, but that's more because I'm not chasing a number. I just like the sound of compression and limiting. It's as simple as that. Especially if like we're comparing to a lot of international work, it's really hot. And like, I think people don't actually realize how hot it is. The other day I was checking I think it's aespa, the K-pop group.
aespa, yes.
And I think the track was like minus 4.9 lush.
Oh, shit.
And it sounded killer. It was awesome. If you showed that to like a mastering engineer, they might, you know, shit themselves. Like, this is too much. You can't do this. I get the whole minus 14 thing, but you're losing so much energy. I think a lot of it is just kind of common sense. Push it until it sounds good. You know, try a bit more if you can, but, you know, if it starts to lose quality, just go back a little bit. For pop stuff, bigger music, you know, I try to get a competitive number in like the hook of the track, you know, maybe you know, minus 6, maybe a little bit more maybe in the hook, but apart from that, I don't mind what the verse or the bridge sections are. I'm more focused on just like the peak of the track.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
for sure.
So, what's your takes on the clipper?
Love clippers.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's quite easy to like overdo them, but I think they're really useful. I definitely feel like I can get louder than I used to and still retain dynamic. So I'm a big fan of them. I think I like to use them actually in sequence. Like I'll do like maybe 2 and like use a little bit on each. And I feel like it's a little bit less like destructive.
Okay.
But I still get the final, like the same final result.
Uh-huh.
Maybe there's other ways of using it, but for me that works really well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a specific clipper you go to nowadays?
Yeah, I love the, I think it's called Standard Clip.
Yes. We loved it.
We love it.
We
Shout out
loved
to,
it. Shout
yeah,
out.
this one, yeah.
Right.
Love it, yeah.
Standard Clip.
I mostly use it on like master bus, and I'll usually use maybe 2 of them and just a little bit on each. And I feel like I can get quite a big increase in volume without killing the dynamic.
Okay.
And that's really important to me and kind of why I focus more on the peak of the track rather than the average luffs, because I love dynamic and I want the hook to feel like it jumps up.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to make a track like a specific average luffs, I'm probably gonna lose some of that
Yeah.
lift.
Yeah. I get it.
And I think that's like the money bit. That's the
It
the
is.
bit people really love.
Right.
I do think about luffs, but it's not like my main focus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people going crazy about it. People were like, 14 only.
Yeah, I feel like it's like one or the other. People are like really cautious and they're like minus 14 and I think it sounds a little bit undercooked. And then other people are absolutely killing it and it will be really, really hot.
Yeah.
Technically it's impressive you've got this number, but it doesn't sound great. You know, if you came back a little bit, it'd be way more dynamic, the bass would be bigger. I think a lot of people were just chasing numbers. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like people get so passionate about that. Like,
Yeah.
I'll see on Facebook like huge like threads about like the best luffs.
It's getting better now. I feel like people realize it more now, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like 5 or 10 years ago when the idea of LUFS
Oh, God.
started, you know,
Crazy, man. Yeah.
when somebody posts an article about LUFS and then there's if it's more than this number, they're gonna squeeze it.
Yeah.
So
crazy,
people
man.
go crazy.
Yeah. Because like I like the sound of limiting. Like I think it sounds exciting. Yeah.
Now people treat it as if you get limited by the system,
Oh, gotcha.
you're not a good mix
Oh, yeah.
engineer.
Gotcha.
People
Yeah.
treat it like that, especially people on Reddit.
Yeah. Well, tell that to Serban. Tell that to Manny Marroquin or Jason Joshua. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know, right? Oh, okay. Can you talk about your gain stage?
Yeah.
You have
for sure.
any tips or tricks on gain staging?
Yeah, definitely. When I get a session, the first thing I will do is turn all the tracks down, maybe
Bro,
5 to 10 dB.
that's what I did too. I didn't know that's
Oh,
the
awesome.
thing.
Yeah, definitely. So like I've got like a mix bus
Okay.
track in the session, and I know that once I add like parallel sends and processing, it's all going to get louder.
Right.
And so if I start the mix and everything's already making the mix bus like peak, I'm in trouble. So I turn it way down,
Everything.
definitely minus 5 to 10 depending on the files. Looking ahead, knowing that I'm going to be adding loads of stuff in the mix.
Right.
Because I find it's way harder to get volume if you're peaking earlier in the mix process, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Because you can always turn stuff up, but to turn stuff down without changing the balance of the tone, that's really hard. Yeah.
Do you have the first one that you turn up first? Like for me, I
Yeah.
turn up the kick first because I feel like it's the loudest. I think it depends on the genre, right?
Yeah, definitely. No, I'll normally look at drums first for sure.
okay.
And then maybe vocal.
Oh,
I do a lot of like clip gaining as well. I know that's a bit of a Pro Tools thing. It's where you can increase or decrease the gain of a file or like a specific part of a file. So with the vocal, for example, I might, rather than compressing it, I might just turn up parts of the track
parts,
just to make it a little bit less dynamic.
Okay.
So I think that's really useful as well, just kind of controlling the dynamic without compressing, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. I guess the last question.
sure.
So, any message for mixing and mastering engineer who wants to get better and who wants to be a mixing and mastering engineer in the industry? Any message for?
Oh, many messages. Yeah. How long have we got?
Oh, we got time.
Yeah.
We got time.
I think number one, of course, is trying to master your craft and just, trying to be the best engineer you can. Practicing, learning, just making sure that you can take on any track, any issue, and have an answer for it. It's not a technical thing, but also being a nice person goes a long way. People will come back to you if you treat them well and if they have a good time.
Yep.
If you gave them a great mix but you were horrible to work with, they won't come back. They'll go to someone else. It's true. I think being a good person goes a long way. And people talk in the industry. You want to be seen as a good guy.
Yep.
Definitely. And then third, maybe some business awareness. Just kind of be aware of how things are done in the industry. How you should price yourself, how you should deal with the financial stuff, because music is amazing and we are lucky to do it as a career, but it's also the way that we live and you have to look after yourself and the people around you, so just make sure that you protect yourself and you don't get abused by the system, because sometimes it's okay to say no. Sometimes you have to defend yourself a little bit, because music can be a tough industry sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Not all the time. Sometimes.
Sometimes it's amazing and it's the best thing in the world. Good people, good music, getting up in the morning is the best thing ever. But, sometimes you work with tough people that take advantage and, you have to, remember that, look after yourself a little bit.
Protect yourself. That's important.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's been a good interview.
Absolutely,
Thank you so
dude.
much.
Very welcome, man.
Learned a lot from you, and
Yeah.
I hope this interview is inspiring people to be mixing and mastering engineer. We need more people like you.
Thank you, man. That means a lot coming from you. Yeah, it was good fun
Thank you.
talking to you as well.
It's good. Always good talking to you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate. Hey.
Be good.
Love that.
Yeah. It's good.
That was fun. Yeah.
It is.
How did I do?
You do good. Dude.